So for the benefit of all, the entire world, in fact, I would now like to perform
Please.
the very first Thanksgiving song written by Julia Scotti and Tommy Bowes.
Sing it, brother.
Hey guys, welcome to Comedy Centric. We're comedians and best friends, Julia Scotti and Kathy Caldwell, and we are back for season 2. Join us for all new episodes as we catch up with fascinating comics, writers, performers, and entertainers from around the world. We'll also just kind of talk about stupid stuff and make fun of each other. But we'll have fun together, and really, that's what matters. So let's go. Here's your host, nationally headlining comedian, actress, writer, and resident crime fighter in her active adult community, Julia Scotti.
How's crime?
Crime is way down in my development.
Already? It's already down?
We rounded up people and we sent them out of the country already. Yeah.
There. Well, a Heidi hi to you too. Howdy hi.
And
What is
Heidi,
that?
Heidi too.
What is
Hello,
it?
Kathy.
Heidi hi ho. What is this? What is the official? How do you
I don't know.
supposed to say?
Heidi ho.
Heidi ho.
This is a big show for us today. You know why?
Why? Why?
Because it's our Thanksgiving show when we.
These are big.
And
These
we
are-
I'm not.
Don't.
We don't tell them, but we have a surprise tradition that we do it every year on our Thanksgiving show. We're not like big, huh? Go ahead.
We're gonna make this catch on yet.
If not in this lifetime.
No, maybe
No.
maybe we'll be like Galileo. It'll be we'll seem like geniuses after the fact, but right now
That's
people
right.
want to kill us. So.
It'll catch on. Well, you'll see. We'll see. Should we tell them what it is?
No, not
All
yet.
right. No, we won't. Okay.
You know
What are you up
nothing
to?
about
You
the
can-
art of the tease. What am I up
What?
to? I met Pete Buttigieg.
You did.
I
You
did.
suck. You met Buttigieg. You went saw Obama.
I know.
Who else?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Now,
Now, mind you, all this was for work, so it's not like I'm just out there, trying to find these folks. But
2 out of 3 ain't bad.
I know. Oh my gosh.
Oh well.
Meatloaf. That was Meatloaf, right? 2 out of 3.
It was Meatloaf. Well,
Yeah.
not the way I sing it.
Yeah.
More like
But
Courtney
Buttigieg, man, he is something. He's going to be a force.
Oh, I think he's going to be president someday.
I
If
think he has
there's
a really
if there's still a country. Yeah.
well, or he'll be dictator someday or something.
No, he would never do that. How tall is he?
He's a little guy. I bet he's
He's a little guy, right?
yeah. I mean, I'm 5. I was eye level to him, and 5'8", maybe not
Oh,
even
that's
that.
not tiny. I mean, I'm
No,
5'8".
I mean, let me look at the picture again. You talk. So, what have you been up to?
Oh God, what? I gotta tell you this story. Can we have time for a story?
Hang on. Sure, we do. Just hold on.
Well, I'm
So,
gonna tell you
Pete,
a story if you
no, yeah,
can.
you know what? Pete's probably got a good 5 inches on. He's probably about 5'7", 5'8". Go ahead. But he
Okay,
feels
so-
little. He's slight. He's
Well, he's
Yeah.
booze.
oh,
He's
like but he
he's-
looks like he would kick your.
he's tight.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
tight.
like he got
Yeah.
the little fit, pants and the tight white shirt. Just
Oh,
the
I can
top.
see. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You realize we're both talking sexually about a guy who wants nothing to do with either one of us.
And vice versa. We really, I mean, I can appreciate his manhood without wanting to.
You saw his manhood?
No, I mean his.
His manhood.
Manhood, not his manhood. All right.
I got to
Move
tell you
on.
the story.
All right.
I
go
got to
ahead.
tell you the story because we got to get to our guest. But
All right, hold on.
so-
My hair's driving me crazy. Hang on.
oh, I'm crying out loud! Oh God, I hate when she does this.
Are you
hate
saying
when she
something?
does-
Because I don't have the headphones on.
No,
so
no,
if
I'm just saying
about
how lovely
something,
you look
Or if you're
tonight.
saying something, I can't hear you.
No, I'm saying how lovely you look
Hey,
tonight.
how are you? How are you?
She
Were you
just
saying
drives me
something?
freaking crazy. Are you with me again?
There's nothing in here other than Diet
All
Coke,
right.
and that's why.
I'm not even going to tell the story now
All
because
right,
we're out
tell
of
it.
time. for the
No,
story.
tell it quickly before we get our guest on. Go ahead, quick.
Okay, if you'll stop talking for 2 minutes, I will. we were out. I was out with the funny women of a certain age out in Riverhead, Long Island last week, right? And we, we got in the night before because it was a long drive. And anyway, but we're sitting in the lobby just yakking as we're wont to do. And as we're going back to our rooms, the clerk behind the desk, very nice young man, said to me, "Excuse me, are you Julia Scotti?" And Carol Montgomery, who was right behind me, immediately her ears perked up and she came over. And I said, "Yes, I am. Why?" And he said to me, "I just want to thank you so, so much uh, because your America's Got Talent performance helped me, gave me the courage to come out. You really just saved my life. I was 14 years old and I was scared to death. And I saw the appearance, and it made me believe that I could have a future, a life." So I said, "Well, that's, I got all teary, And he said, "Can I have a picture?" I said, "Well, tomorrow when I come down for the show, because it's a matinee, I'll be down there early, and I look a lot better when I'm dressed up." I said, "We'll take all the pictures you want." So next day, Sunday, when we had the show, I come down and he's there, and we start yakking again. He comes from behind the desk and he hands me an envelope, a card, greeting card. And he goes, "Open it." I open it. He wrote this lovely, lovely note. And there's a picture of him at 14 years old with a microphone in his hand. And he said, "This is me at my school talent show back then, 10 years ago, when you were on the show." Because I did some stand up. I go, "I hope you didn't do my material." Because no,
No.
no, no. So jump to this past weekend. I was in Catch a Rising Star in Princeton, right? And Saturday night, Princeton, New Jersey, Saturday night before the show, I'm getting ready to do show. I look up and there he is. He drove like 2 hours to come see the show in Princeton. And
Wow.
I was just floored. Um,
Aw.
you know,
Wow.
it's just, in these times, these troubled times for LGBTQ kids,
Yeah.
to hear that kind of a story, that we all have impacts on people, but in our community, or we don't know who we're touching. We really
Yeah.
don't. And um,
Yeah.
he took away so many of the fears and doubts that I've been having lately. So I won't show his picture, but Joseph, I love you and thank you. Okay.
Mm. Thank you,
All right.
Joseph. All right. Keep going, man.
Did you get the feels from that?
I
Wasn't
did.
that?
Like, I was gonna make a smart ass like joke,
I
and
know you were.
I mean, I've had it lined up. I was like, it was queued up and ready to go, and I was like, I can't ruin her beautiful moment.
I have one more
That's how
thing to
much I
add to
love
that.
you. Go ahead.
One more thing to add to that. We're doing the show out in Riverhead, right?
Yeah.
And we always come out at the end of the show together and take a group bow. And we got a standing O, which is, and I look out in the front couple of rows, and I see this woman doing this, like beckoning me to come off the stage there. And I
You
and
keep
I and
saying
I
this
go,
like these are like bill collectors or something. Like they're
"No,
trying to repossess your
no."
car.
She goes, "It's me." I could read her lips. She's going, "It's me, Cheryl, Cheryl." And I was like, "Oh my God." When I was 12 years old, living in Fairview, New Jersey, I was in an all-girl band, except for me. Um,
You
the
were ahead
three
of your
girls.
time.
I was ahead of my time, way ahead. I was the drummer in this band called the Untamed. It was her. She was one of the guitar players. I've told you about the Untamed, right?
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
and I was just so between Joseph at the hotel, Cheryl at the thing. I left there that day. I was emotionally drained, but
Aw.
somehow the universe, sometimes it knows what you need and it just sends it to you. And that
Aw.
was one of those. So thank you, Joseph, and thank you, Cheryl.
Yep. And you know what
Okay,
that is? Do you know what that is?
what is
That's a
that?
that's a Thanksgiving miracle.
It really truly was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that
Yeah.
was the same theater. Now this is gonna make it doubly weird. The day my sister died last year,
Yeah.
that's the theater I was on my way to do the show when I
Oh,
found that she had passed away.
Oh
I
wow.
was in the car. I had to go do the show the same day, but I couldn't help thinking that she was,
Mm.
she kind of put that all together because that's just the kind of stuff she would do.
Yeah, she was. Yeah,
So
that's
there it
cool. Well,
is.
good. I'm glad you. I'm
Yeah.
glad you had that experience.
So
Good for you.
anything big happening to you? Can you talk about?
No, I got nothing.
Okay.
Let's
All right then.
let's bring on our.
Okay. Uh, well, if you remember, I don't know, was it a year and a half ago? Well, you
Yeah,
probably don't remember here. I can't even remember this morning, but uh, I
just go
once
with
met
it,
this.
Julie.
Okay. I was working at Stress Factory in New Brunswick one day, and this guy comes up to me after the show, very nice, with his lovely wife, and it tells me his name is Tommy Bose, and uh,
He saw you
he
on
said
America's Got Talent, and you
he
changed
did
his
see me.
life.
Yeah, he
No,
changed it. Well,
no,
he,
that's not it.
he was gay and he became straight and got married. He's very happy. Can we get where's Tommy? Tommy, put
Bring him
Tommy
up.
on
I'm
the
over
screen.
here.
I'm so
There he is.
sorry you had to listen to all that. That's
No, it was very enjoyable. I
This
poor
is
man.
Tommy Bose. He's a phenomenal singer. Give some of your credits. You want to give your credits?
I was the lead singer for Tower of Power for a number of
No, no,
years.
repeat that. Repeat that again, nice and loud.
I was the lead singer for Tower of Power for a number of years. Did 2 records with them. I toured for a few years with Blood, Sweat, and Tears as lead vocalist. I've worked with a lot of different artists over the years in different vocal capacities. So, I've been very fortunate.
Are you still
So
with Funk Philharmonic?
Yes, Funk Philharmonic. In
Okay.
fact, we are celebrating Funk Philharmonic. We're celebrating our 39th anniversary
wow.
on December 9th out in Amityville, Long Island, because everybody in the band is from Long Island except for me, the guitar player, and the drummer. There's like 12 guys in the band, and there's only 3 of us from off of Long Island. But we're playing at a place called the Warehouse in Amityville to celebrate 39 years. So
Wow.
that's going to be Monday the
What's the
9th.
date again, Tommy? What's
Monday,
the
the
date?
9th of December. And I
Okay.
think it's about to sell out, so we may do Tuesday as well. It looks like we might be doing Tuesday as well, the 10th. So
Oh, cool.
We got to do like, it was the 9th of December.
a day I'll always remember. Yeah.
Because that was the day.
So you have
Check it out.
you two. I get it to separate you two. So you were on the show before. So what have you been up to since we last left you?
About the same as usual.
Yeah.
I do I do the Monday night jam at the bitter end, Richie Canada's Monday night jam every Monday, so that's always fun. Still working with FM, which is a Steely Dan tribute show that I do, and working with a band called Sir Duke still, which is a Stevie Wonder tribute that I do, and Funk Philharmonic, and then otherwise I'm here at home doing voiceover work and jingle stuff and all that.
How are the
Jingle
crowds?
jingle
Jingle
stuff.
stuff, jingle all the way.
We're stuffing a lot of things tonight, but that's going to be our surprise. So,
Um,
how do I look stoned? Do I look stoned to you?
well, are you?
No, no more than. I mean, I'm not chemically altered. I'm
Do you
well,
feel
Right.
stoned?
I was
I
born
always feel
altered.
stoned.
I don't know where to go with that. What the hell was I saying? Now I feel stoned.
Let's all get stoned.
Everybody must get
How
stoned.
I remember now. How are the crowds? Are people coming out? Are they coming out to see music right now? Or
Yeah. I mean, it's a lot better. Coming out of the pandemic a couple of years ago. I mean, it was not a lot of people coming out, but it's pretty much together. I know we get a lot of with Funk Philharmonic. I mean, we've been around for 39 years, so we have a lot of people come out. And the same with FM and Sir Duke. The band has been together for 26 years. Sir Duke about the same. so we do get good crowds, and I think more people are going out. It's and a lot of it too. It's a seasonal thing, you know. I mean, in the winter things slow down. People don't want to come out in the cold or whatever, you know. So when the weather starts to turn bad, but for the most part, you know, this past summer was great.
I have a question. I've asked this of a couple of our guests already. As a comic, you know, I've been around since the beginning of the boom, and I've seen our audiences age. You know, I don't know if it's just for me because I'm older, but I'm wondering, you've had Funk Philharmonic, you said 39 years, was it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Have you seen new people coming out, younger people, or are you getting the older people still?
We are at a point where parents are bringing their children and sometimes their grandchildren. So, you know, because it's with Funk Philharmonic, especially because most of this, it's basically Tower Power tribute thing that's been, you know, so that we get a lot of Tower fans and of course, you know, they're at a point in you know, celebrating 55 years. I think it's coming up now. Grandkids are coming out, you know.
Yeah.
So so we get a lot of young people. What I get surprised at is at the Monday Night Jam, for example, at the bitter end, we get a lot of music students from, you know, Manhattan School of Music and, you know, and so a lot of young kids are coming in, and I'm not surprised when I get a lot of kids, especially horn players, who will want to they want to come and sign up and play, and we want to do some Tower Power stuff, you know. So it's neat. It's like, you know, kids that are younger than my oldest child are into, you know, the classics, and, you know.
So you have a whole setup that you could do because Tower Power is like what, 9 pieces?
10.
So you're set up on that stage. I'm trying to remember. I haven't worked that stage in like 30 years.
Yeah, we do have the space, and a lot of times what happens is we do get a lot of students who are, you know, horn players, students, and so like, you know, I'll bring a singer up to sing something, or we'll bring a guitar player up to play, but I bring the horns up a section at a time. We just kind of create a horn section,
and they know the charts, huh?
And a lot of times they know the charts. Actually, the coolest thing. So the other night, there is a well-known young kid producer. His name is Andrew Watt. And Andrew is a great guitar player, singer, writer, producer. He's produced Justin Bieber and Lady Gaga and the Stones and a bunch of people. So Justin came in last week on Monday and brought Chad Smith with him. So Chad Smith from the Red Hot Chili Peppers, the drummer for the Chili Peppers. And Chad requested What Is Hip. He wanted to play What Is Hip.
So, I mean, such a great tune.
Yeah. So, and that seems to be the go-to song that musicians want to play. I played What Is Hip with Chad Smith. Orleans, they wanted to play What Is Hip. I went to an Orleans concert. I knew the road manager, and I was backstage, and they said, "Oh, come on up and sit in with the band." I said, "Well, I know Still the One. I know Dance With Me." No. We want to play What Is Hip. Okay.
Well, wow. You know, because it's not only like you know, it funks the shit out of everybody. That's just a great tune, but it also speaks to trends, you know, and what is hip it's just a cat. Do you know the tune?
Not off the top of my head.
Can you just run?
I mean, I'm
lyrics?
sure
Don't
to
sing them, Tommy, but run some of the lyrics for Kathy so she knows what we're talking about here.
If you can, I mean, we don't
want to. Yeah, it's kind of. Let me see. I got to figure what key is it in.
Oh, he's going to sing it. This is even better.
Wow, what key is it in? Good Lord. Wow. So you want to jump out your trick bag and ease on into a hip bag, but you ain't just exactly sure what's hip.
Da-da-da-da.
Yeah. Right, without the horns. Okay. Without the horns, it has no.
I'll do the horn part.
But I get it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. That's very.
But the lyrics are just it's a whole song about, you know, how being what,
you know, and the bridges, you know, the bridges. Hipness is what it is.
Yep.
So you're singing hipness is what it is. Hipness is what it is. Hipness is what it is. And sometimes hipness is what it ain't. So,
It's the truth, though. I mean, I used to worry as a comic about being hip and being uh, obviously the opposite is square, but I think you create your own hipness.
mhm.
If you're doing what everybody else is doing, you ain't hip. But go
Right.
ahead.
I think hipness is self-confidence. I think self-confidence makes you hip because at that point, it doesn't matter. You're, whatever you're confident in yourself, you're going to exude that confidence, that self-confidence. And to me, that is what being hip is,
Yeah.
That's why I think the hipster guys, the beard guy with the beards, aren't hip at all. They're just sheep because they kind of look like sheep, but they're following,
Right.
they're
Yeah.
following what they think is hip. What is hip? Well, that's not you.
Did one of them hurt you, Julia, that you're picking on them?
No, they don't follow. I think I'm hip. I think I'm hip because
I think you are. I think you are.
Because
Yeah,
you're you.
But now,
Yeah.
you have to understand too that at this point in time,
This is a nice way of saying I'm old, right?
no. Well, I'm speaking myself at this point in time.
Oh, okay.
At this point in time, the song "What Is Hip" becomes "Watch My Hip." So, yeah,
Listen, you're going to get a lot of royalties from that. So,
yeah.
The other one is "You're Still a Young Man."
You're still a young man.
I love
Yes.
that. It's such a beautiful melody.
Mhm.
And again,
Those
it's
three songs: that "What Is Hip," "You're Still a Young Man," and "So Very Hard to Go." I think were Tower's
so very hard to go. Yeah.
biggest hits at that point in time, back in the 60s and 70s. I think "So Very Hard to Go" got up to, I forget now, get in the top 5 on the charts, I think, and it was 1972 when that came out. "You're Still a Young Man" was back earlier, and I don't remember where that charted.
Explain the story of "You're Still a Young Man." What is this song? What's the story in that song?
So "You're Still a Young Man" is about a guy professing his love but trying to convince the woman that he's not too young to fall in love. It's the whole thing about, no, this is like some young guy loves this girl, and no, this is real. That I'm not too young. I know about love. I know what love is. I'm not too young to be in love. So that's what that is about.
And
do you have a
if anybody
favorite
knows
song?
about,
Say it again.
Kat, I'm sorry.
I said, do you have a favorite song that you sing when you're out? Is there like one you just really love?
I mean, I have a few of them. I think I don't have one particular favorite. I'm sort of a ballad guy. I've always been sort of a ballad guy. So Very Hard to Go, "You're Still a Young Man."
Okay.
From my era with Tower of Power, we did a song called "Please Come Back to Stay." It's a great, very soulful ballad. And I liked also. I mean, I "What Is Hip" is a great tune. I dig the tune, but I also I dig "Only So Much Oil in the Ground," back in the
it's a
day,
great song. Yeah.
And from my era with Tower, we did a song called "I Like Your Style," which actually wound up in the soundtrack to the movie Ready to Wear years ago. So it's a real bouncy, nice, funky tune, So yeah, I got a few favorites.
One of the first influences I had from you guys was "There Ain't Nothing Stopping Us Now."
Oh yeah, sure.
Which is a great old. I mean, I think didn't Huey Lewis do an a cappella version with you guys on that?
I believe so.
Yeah, I remember seeing that they looked like they were in a dressing room or something. They just broke into this version of.
Yeah, it was backstage before one of his shows, I think.
Yeah, they did a great job.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry, Kathy. I know it's. I feel like sometimes
Why should this be any different than our normal conversations?
I know, but I feel bad because I could.
This is just you. This is you,
because
Julia.
I'm older
It's
than
okay.
you, and I remember this stuff. Well,
Well,
book
that's
some
okay.
guests from your
Listen,
era.
I'm really proud of you for remembering things.
My wife tells me that all the time. My wife says, there's going to come a point where you're not going to remember any of us, but you're going to remember every song lyric you've ever sung. And I said, yeah.
They say that. Yeah. They say that's true.
That I don't know if you saw the documentary on Glenn Campbell.
I did.
Yeah, Ghost or whatever. And the concert footage was so sad but so amazing at the same time, where they'd play a song and he played and he sang and it was amazing, and then the song ends and he's going to tell the audience what the next song is, and he starts to introduce the song that they just did. And his wife, his daughter and his son were in the band with him at the time, and his daughter very gently says, "Oh no, Dad, we just played that song. We're going to play this now." So it was I was crying, but I was just amazed at the capability that all that is locked, is still there and accessible.
Mm-hmm. Kath, I think it's called "I'm Still." Is it "I'm Still Here"? Was that the
yes? I'm Still Here. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
The album was Ghost. The album was Ghost. The documentary was.
I think it's on either Netflix or Hulu. You can still see it. I remember I was scrolling one night and I saw that. I thought, I gotta rewatch that because it was. Yeah.
And that last song that he wrote was, I can't even play it without crying. It's called "I'm Not Gonna Miss You."
Yeah.
And he was. That's
it. And we've covered this on the other shows too, but it really pisses me off when I see people who have this extraordinary gift, like him, like Linda Ronstadt, like who else do we just and it's taken away.
Yeah.
How could you? What kind of? That's an evil power that does something like that. That's not a. You don't give somebody a gift like that and just take it away.
But isn't that just life? Isn't that aging?
It always hits them there. Like Phoebe Snow is another one like that.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Tony Bennett.
Well, Tony had a great life though. But but Phoebe was, I think, I don't know, like 39 or something when she died.
Yeah, she passed.
Maybe a little over.
Did Julie Andrews lost her voice too, right? She lost her ability to.
She did.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. All right, welcome to the show, everybody.
Listen,
we can talk. That's what this show is about.
We need some kittens or some puppies or something running around.
I'll run into the other room and I'll get I have my dog in the other room.
From the movie of the same name.
No, his name is Herbie, and he's a Pekingese, and he's 17 years old.
Wow.
And blind and deaf.
Age.
Okay, well, Herbie fits right in here.
Right in the conversation.
Right. Bring Herbie. He's the station.
Poor
he's
Herbie.
the mascot.
No,
I had a deaf cat. Well, Katie was deaf too. She was deaf. But does Herbie feel music when you play it?
Yeah, he can. Yeah, he feels the vibrations. So if especially like if I'm playing bass, because that really vibrates. So he can. He feels it. And even though he's deaf, so when we pick him up, we talk to him. But what I do is I put my mouth right against his ear, and he feels the vibration. He can't hear, but he can sense. So if I speak to him slowly, then he can feel that slow, easy vibration, and it actually calms him down. So he does.
I know it calmed me down when you put when you put your mouth next to my ear and spoke.
Blow in my ear, and I'll follow you anywhere. So
I'm easy, but I'm not cheap. What can I tell you? So let's talk about the history of what we're going to do here tonight. I make it sound like.
I know. Jeez, Louise. It's not a ditty party, Julia.
Not yet.
Right.
So So why don't we
Well,
talk about how?
you started it.
All right, you're gonna blame me? Okay, fine.
I'm on.
But he
Your
and I,
fault.
when we met at Stress Factory, we hit it off right off the bat. So it was just one of those things, like, because well, obviously the Tower Power connection, I was fangirling them all over the place because I love them. But we became friends after that, and now I don't give a shit what band he's in. I just like him as a human being.
Well, he's in every
Where was that
band,
from?
so
He's been in every band.
All the
he's
bands,
like
all the
he's in
bands,
all of
everywhere,
them.
all the bands.
Speaking of, is David Clayton Thomas still alive?
Yes, he is. Yeah, he is. He is.
Does he ever sing with them anymore?
Up in Toronto? No, David hasn't been with BS&T in a number of years. We actually did a show up there in Toronto, and Dave was going to come out, but there was this huge thunder and lightning, like big time lightning storm.
Oh,
And so he ended up he had planned to come out and sing, which would have been great for me. I had met him one time many years ago before when Tower played opposite Blood, Sweat and Tears.
what a show
And,
that must have been! Jesus.
oh, it was a heck of a show. It was a heck of a show. It was,
Did the horns, the Tower Power horns, play with Blood, Sweat and Tears, or no?
No. It was two separate entities, which I wish that would have been great. That would have been great.
Yeah.
Um,
Well, I
we
used to love
played-
that Letterman when the horns would show up and play with the
Mhm.
band there. That band was such a killer band.
Yeah,
And then,
I think the show that I did on Letterman with them was the first time. I think it was the first time they had anybody else other than the horns on there. I don't know if the band had ever done a full performance on Letterman. But when Monster on a Leash came out and we had the single Believe It, so it was the horn section, Paul's band, World's Most Dangerous Band, and I sang. So that was kind of cool. Although I don't remember it. I only know it because I saw it on video later. Oh no, I think I've told you the story before. I was a nervous wreck because I'd never been on television before. And I was scared out of my mind. And there's an X and you stand on the X and you sing. And so I did the show. And then I got a phone call the next day, people calling me and everything. And they said, "Oh, what did Dave say to you when he whispered in your ear?" And I said, "What do you mean he whispered at you? Dave whispered in my ear?" He says, "Yeah, Dave walked up to you, shook your hand, whispered in your ear." I said, "I have no recollection." He did? I have no recollection of that at all. None of it.
That's a real. I had the same thing with HET. When unless I see the only thing I remember about HET on the first show was Kathy being in the wings, and I just ran over to her and I fell into her arms, and we were just crying. But other than that, I don't remember anything about it. And the only way I know I was on there was that I could watch it on YouTube.
You can watch it on TV.
Yeah. So I get what you're saying about not remembering and blacking out. It's weird, isn't it?
Oh gosh, it's the last time I felt anything like that, I was doing hard drugs, but that's like a whole different kind of blackout.
No, but I think it's like what happens in a car accident. When people go, everything's in slow motion, or I really don't remember what happened.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same phenomena, same brain processes. I think.
Well, some type of adrenaline push, or adrenaline rush. You block everything out and just do.
And you're just sort of going on autopilot.
Yeah. There's you know what it is too. You come out on that set or any major TV show set, and there's that moment when you're out there and you look around and go, "Is this real or am I dreaming it?"
Yeah.
The set looks so much smaller than it does on TV, and it's like, I mean, it's just a million things.
And then there's another voice in your back of the head that says, "Don't mess this up." Like get back to your thing. Get back.
Get one shot at this.
That's what. Well, the producer said that to me on the way, just as I was walking out onto the stage. He goes, "Don't fuck this up." I'm like, "Really? That's what you're going to tell me?"
That's a pep talk. Good. That's nice.
Okay. I needed that, but we all survived, and then and it was we're better people for it, I think. So,
getting back to how you guys met in the Stress Factory, and so we're getting back.
She was there.
Oh, so yes, we met at the Stress Factory. We got to be really friendly. And then you want to tell us how this song came about?
So Julia had posted a Facebook video, and she's driving in her car, and she was remarking how there are Christmas songs and there's Valentine songs and there's New Year's songs. There's no Thanksgiving song. And so she started to just kind of spout these spontaneous lyrics while she's driving the car.
Yep.
And they were hysterical. And I thought, I have a guitar here. Maybe I could put music to that. So I just kind of put it to music and sent it off just to see what she thought.
And then not only that, he animates it.
Oh, I animated. Yes. Yeah. I had a friend of mine do some animation, and has this animated video, of a turkey singing the song.
Right.
Yeah. And Jimmy, hopefully, when, this is pre-recorded, you could tag it on the end, but we're going to do it live today. Right? Tom?
Oh, listen.
I have
it memorized, or do you need the words?
No, I have my.
Well, I have it memorized. Yeah, I have it
Okay,
memorized.
just want to make sure, because I don't know if this is in your repertoire that you do weekly, or you just roll it out.
It's an annual show that I do.
What's the Funk Philharmonic is going to do a funk version of it.
We're opening with this. Yes, we're opening with this song. Yeah.
I'm going to be playing tambourine. So the name of the song is called "Stuff Your Bird."
Stuff your bird.
What else? And
what else did you do with a bird?
that is true. And by the time this comes on, Tommy, you don't know this, but Jimmy has agreed to put bouncing ball lyrics in the front, so
that would be great.
When they see it, can sing along.
That would be great.
That's right. So we're, like Kathy said, we're determined to make this popular.
We'll all be dead and gone, but you're
right.
It doesn't matter.
The bouncing ball will all be Mitch Miller, which is following, the bouncing ball.
That's right. I never understood Mitch Miller. For a guy who was so hip, and all the shit he did at Columbia. Was it Columbia, right? That's where he was, right?
Yeah.
And he did all the Sinatra stuff. I mean, the guy, between him and Quincy Jones, and then he turns into the square, kind of. I don't know what happened to Mitch.
Mitch, I don't know.
He's dead. That's what happened to him.
That's what happened to him ultimately.
If you go to his grave, only his beard is sticking out of the ground. So
no, there's a
little. All right, we're gonna do this.
On his little stone, there's a ping pong ball that goes back and forth across.
Right. Okay, here's what I want you to do before we record.
Okay.
You got to do like a little, do some vamping and talk. Get real serious about it, like you're gonna do Alice's Restaurant. Maybe that's what we need. So a little talk through before we sing it. So why am I talking like Jeff Goldblum? With a little talk through. You know what I mean?
Well,
anyway,
I could talk through the whole song.
No, don't talk through that. No, don't talk through the whole song. That's why Jeff Goldblum. All right, go ahead, ladies and gentlemen.
Should I grab my?
Grab it, and get your guitar at the same time.
At the same time. Good Lord in heaven.
What's wrong with you?
I don't know. But we got to get very solemn now because this is.
Can you hear that?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, perfect.
So at this time of year, the holidays are upon us. Christmas, New Year's.
Shut up, Julia.
But there's one holiday that I think has been overlooked in a musical way. On Christmas, you have White Christmas. You have Auld Lang Syne for New Year's. There is no song for Thanksgiving. Someone was remiss. We have all overlooked it. Julia Scotti realized that something needed to be done. And do it she did. And
I'm
so,
tearing up.
for our benefit and the benefit of
We
the world,
co-wrote. We did co-write it though.
we did co-write. We did co-write.
Yeah.
I wrote the music.
Yeah.
Will not shut up. I'm so sorry.
So for the benefit of all, the entire world, in fact, I would now like to perform
Please.
the very first Thanksgiving song written by Julia Scotti and Tommy Bowes.
Sing it, brother.
Oh, the frost is on the pumpkin, and it's time to stuff your bird. Time to stuff your bird. Haven't you heard that the frost is on the pumpkin? And it's time to stuff your bird. And that's all I got so far. Oh, the family's gonna fight on the turkey day.
Turkey Day.
So come and take Uncle Joe away, because he drinks
drunk.
so much, except he doesn't know it. He thinks he's lots of fun. I hope he does not blow it. And
Everybody. It's time to stuff your bird.
It's time to stuff
Time
your
to stuff your bird.
It's gonna rain like hell, but you can still stuff your bird. And nobody's gonna show up, because the weather is so bad, and they can't get a flight. But don't get mad, and you're going to have a 30-pound turkey
Turkey.
around for a week or two.
Week or two.
And Macy's won't be able to put the balloons in the air, because it's going to blow so hard that they'll get right in your hair. Oh, I know it doesn't rhyme well, but I don't care. Well, just stuff your bird, damn it, I can't come up with a line for that. It was going
so well. Yay! Oh, I waited all year for this.
Well, it is one of my favorite songs. It is one of my favorite songs. So I have to,
Well, we're hoping
Thank
one
you.
day it'll be one of America's favorite songs.
I certainly think that it should be.
Yeah.
It's catchy. It is catchy.
It is catchy. It
Very
is catchy.
catchy.
And the lyrics are insightful.
They
True.
really truly. But
They
this,
touch
try to
on-
imagine a funk version of Tom.
Let's see. All right. Oh, the frost is on the pumpkin. Oh, that's more like Bob Dylan. Oh, the frost is on the pumpkin. It's time to stuff your bird. Time to stuff your bird. Boy, haven't you heard?
We Are the World. It would be like We Are the World. We get like a big, well, you can't because Quincy's gone, but we could just get all these superstars together and just start singing. Oh, it'd be fabulous.
We have
Yes.
a bird.
We have a bird.
Stuff it.
Stuff your bird.
Stuff your bird.
My favorite line of that song is, and it was going so well. That's Tommy's line. Actually, he came up with that one.
It's
And
great. It's
it
good.
knocked me out the first time I heard it. I love you,
Oh,
Mr.
God.
Bowes.
I love you too, dear.
Tommy,
I love
thank
you
you.
too, Kathy. I love
Well, I love you too, but we know. I know you have a special thing with Julie. It's okay.
Julia holds a
Cool.
special place in
I
my
know.
heart.
She
That's
does
right.
that.
Well, really, thank
a
you.
lot of
That's
people.
all.
No, you do.
Well,
By the way, Leslie told me to tell you hi. She loves you too.
Say hi. I got to talk to you about that. But you know what I'm talking about. But give Leslie a kiss. Speaking of wonderful relationships, besides the band being 39 years together, how long you married to the lovely Leslie?
34 years.
Wow.
Amazing. And they look like newlyweds.
It was
together.
going so well.
Oh, yeah.
And it was going so.
Oh.
Leslie Leslie, I think the key to the happiness is the fact that Leslie tells me to stuff my bird all the time. Has a different,
she's a doll. Oh, she's a sweetheart.
Solid
really is a
marital
doll.
advice.
Yeah.
No, she's
Well,
very nice.
She's what? She's very nice to what?
She's very nice to me.
That's a good thing.
It makes me nervous. She's very nice to me.
You're very nice to her.
Oh, cool. Of course. She's my ride home.
Is she going out with you to Long Island? Out to
yeah, she'll be out. She'll go to the funk show. In fact, she does a tradition at what we call it Funksgiving. Is the show is Funksgiving. So,
okay.
And the tradition is that my wife bakes the most amazing ginger crinkles cookies. Like
that was my stripper name, by the way, for many years.
Ginger crinkles.
Ginger crinkles. Yes.
Ginger crinkles. Well, Leslie bakes these ginger crinkles that it's it's worse than crack. It's just really, yeah. So she bakes a whole ton of them and brings them out to the show and passes them all out to the band.
How cool. That's so cool. Well, we're gonna have to wrap up here because it's that time, Tom.
I'm so glad we had this thing. We did it.
But no, we can't have a guest like you on without having closing out something special with something special. Like, you want to sing something special, or do you want to?
Well, here, I'll tell you what I'll do. Let me see if I can do this. This will be a first.
Okay.
Let me see if I remember it. I got to get the right key.
We could just sing "Stuff Your Bird" again.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Let's see. Let's see if I can get through it.
Okay.
This will be a kind of a sort of a cut down version of this.
Okay.
Ain't nothing I can say, nothing I can do. I feel so bad, yeah, I feel so blue. I got to make it right for everyone concerned. Even if it's me, if it means it's me, what's getting burned? 'Cause I could never make you unhappy. Oh, no, I couldn't do that. No, I don't know the chords, only wish I didn't love so. Makes it so very hard to go. Oh, I don't know the chords. I've never played this before. Anyway.
That was really great. That was really great.
That's one of the, yeah, you're right. I forgot how much I love that song. It's a great.
That was actually before I got into Tower of Power. That was really the only song that I knew by them. As I had, I growing up in Boston. They weren't huge in Boston. And so that was the first Tower of Power song I had ever heard. And it was the only one that I knew of them. So when I got the call for the gig, they said, that's the band that sings that song so very hard to go. Oh, really? Oh, that's them? Oh, okay.
I know that.
Yeah.
I know that song.
The arrangement, Kath, if you ever hear it, you should listen to it. But the arrangement with the horns, it's breathtaking. It's just breathtaking. That's
cool.
Thank you for doing that.
Yeah, thank you, Tommy.
Even though you fucked it up, that's all right.
Well, that's so first try. I mean,
it was magnificent. You did just the fact that you did it.
I should have just. I actually did it a cappella on stage with another comic.
Wow, really?
Wow. Who was a Tower fan. I was sitting in the audience, and my wife was with me, and she mentioned that because they were talking about people who've been married for a long time and who's been married the longest in the audience. And so the question came, well, what do you do for a living? And I said, well, I'm a singer. Oh, who do you sing with? I said, well, I sing with a lot of bands. And then Leslie pipes up, he was the lead singer of Tower of Power. And
that was on my show, wasn't it?
No, that, but also with Angela Johnson.
Oh, you have to vow to me that you'll never sing at another comic show.
No.
So
this was before I met you. This was before I met you.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, this was before.
So she screamed, he's telling you to lead singer for Tower of Power.
Right, and she's from the Bay Area, so she's big Tower fans, huge Tower fans. So she pulled me up on stage and said, like, sing.
Okay, I will.
Yeah. Well,
we wish you like a wonderful holiday and really.
Oh, you guys,
you and Leslie
coming on, and so you got the show coming up, the Warehouse in Amityville, December 9th.
Yes, Funk Philharmonic.
Okay.
Yep.
Great, cool.
39 years.
Will you come back and see us again?
I would love to, and I'm very thankful that you have me on. It's a beautiful thing. You guys are wonderful, and I love you both.
I love you.
We love
too.
you.
I love
All
you
right.
too.
Well, Tommy, be
Thanks,
well.
buddy.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Kathy. Thank you, Julia.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
He's so great. I love him.
I know.
So
you
much.
know really nice people, and that's surprising because you're kind of, sketchy.
It surprises me too, considering what an asshole I am.
I was going to say it, but I went with sketchy.
Listen, I got to plug some stuff too while we're on here.
What you got going on?
What?
I said, what do you have? What do you have coming up? What's going on? Oh, wait, you are at the Academy of Music?
On the 30th of November, I'll be at the Academy of Music in Northampton. We are doing
That's Massachusetts for people that are wondering.
Yeah, Northampton, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing it. Jess Miller does this toy drive every year. I'm there with Carol Montgomery, and like we want you to bring a toy to help the kids out that don't have toys of their own, or whatever. I mean, you can bring one for me too. I like toys too. But I'll be there on the 30th, the Academy of Music, Northampton, Massachusetts. And then on December 7th, the Funny Women of a Certain Age will be there at the Shea Center for Performing Arts in Wayne, New Jersey. It's part of, I forgot the name of the university, but it's part of the college up there.
Okay. Wayne, New Jersey.
Wayne Shea Center, like Shea Stadium for Performing Arts on Pompton Road in Wayne, New Jersey. That's on December 7th.
Okay. Is that a Saturday?
That is a Saturday, yes. Yes, it is. And that show's selling quickly, so get your tickets while you still can, because we sell out most of these shows. And that's it. What are you doing? You want to plug anything?
No, I'm good.
Okay. Well, I won't talk to you till after Thanksgiving too, right?
Yes.
So,
I hope you have fun stuffing your bird.
Oh, we gotta sing it together.
Oh wait.
The frost is okay. Let's do it together.
Wait, now I forget the lyrics. The frost is on the pumpkin.
Pumpkin, and it's time to stuff. Wait.
Stuff your bird.
Oh, the frost is on the pumpkin.
And it's time to stuff your bird.
It's time to stuff your bird. Haven't you heard?
Tommy.
All the frost is on the pumpkin, and it's time to stuff your bird. Time to stuff your bird. Oh, haven't you heard? And the frost is on the pumpkin. And it's time to stuff your bird. And that's all I've got so far.
And it was going so
well.
Thanks again, guys. All right, we'll see you next time.
That's a wrap. Take care, guys. See ya.